Hello everyone! I thought I will make this video with quick tips for my rye bread. If you don't have the recipe, I will put the link in the description on YouTube under the video, or you can find it on my website as a rye bread. I will be talking about different baking methods, also how to take care of your cast iron pot. But for now, my quick tip number one is how to cover it. I don't like to constantly throw away the covers, so I thought why not to use something that I can reuse. So my idea was to use a shower cap, which has elastic, and it works perfect because it's large enough. It expands over the large bowl, and it's super easy to use, and you can keep reusing it, which is perfect. Look at that. It covers on the sides nicely, the elastic. So this is my quick tip number one. I know that not everyone has a cast iron pot, but you have a Dutch oven. So this is still cast iron, but it has a ceramic surface. This one is actually larger than my cast iron. This one is 6 quarts, so the bread might spread a little more. But this one will not be baked at 500 Fahrenheit like the cast iron, so we will heat up the oven to 450. Another thing we will do different is that we will not preheat the pot and the lid because it's not recommended for Dutch ovens to be preheated without anything in it. So this will be different, but as you will see, the bread will still turn out great. So the oven is preheated to 450 and the baking time will be different because we bake it on lower temperature. So we will bake it covered with lid for 30 minutes. Here I got the bread and I will just put it in. And I didn't put any oil, nothing's on the bottom. And now we will cover it and put it straight to the oven. Thumb is up, and now I will remove the lid. Be careful. So here is beautiful bread, so we will close it really fast and we will bake it for 10 minutes. 10 minutes is done, so we will now remove the bread out of the oven. But you have to make sure to check on it because every oven bakes different. So here is our beautiful bread. Make sure you have a good mitts, oven mitts, because this is super hot. And as you see, the bread is beautiful. It didn't stick. So let's remove it. And like I said, because the Dutch oven is 6 quarts, the bread formed according to the large bottom, so it's not as tall. Now I will put it on a cooling rack right here to cool off. The pot is pretty clean. These are just leftover curvy seeds. So this is perfect, and this is the Dutch oven method. And now I will show you the cast iron quick tips. I wanted to mention something with the shower cap. After the dough is ready, there could be some condensation here. So before you put it away, make sure that it's dried so it doesn't get moldy. Here is my cast iron pot, which is 5 quarts, and it was in the oven preheating with the lid for 500 degrees. And I wanted to say, if you're not comfortable to throw the bread like I did in the video, you can take the pot out, set it on a stove. Just be careful because it's super hot. And now we can put the bread in. Here is the bread. I'll drop it in. I made a mess. Now cover it really fast with the lid and put it into the oven, as it says in the recipe, 25 minutes. So I just pulled the bread out of the oven and I will put it now into a cooling rack. And it's another beauty. But you can check out my video on how to make the bread. But here I am doing a quick tips. I always bake 2 breads because I can put it in a freezer or give it away. So I use the same cast iron because it's already hot. The oven is preheated, so everything's great. But I really don't like this flour burn because then the second bread would burn even more. So what I do, I have a little pastry brush and I just a little bit brush this like this and just pick it up like that and put it over the sink and then just clean it. The rest, I just shake it off. And I do it pretty fast so it doesn't burn the brush. There is no seasoning required in between the breads. So this is now ready for your bread number 2, just in case you make 2 at once. And as soon as it cools off, I will show you how I take care of the pot after I'm done baking with it. I wanted to show you comparison with both breads next to each other. This one is from the Dutch oven, 6 quarts, and this one is from the cast iron, 5 quarts. So as you see, this one is much bigger and not as high, while this one is a perfect size and nice height. But I wanted to show you, if you don't have cast iron or you don't want to deal with seasoning, you can use Dutch oven and you will still have great results. Cast iron pot is cooled off now, so we can easily take care of it. To be honest, I don't wash it every single time because look at it. It's pretty clean, right? And plus, the cast iron should only be washed in water, no soap, and it should be dried really well so it doesn't rust, and then you can season it. So what I do is I have a damp cloth and I just wipe it a little bit just to get any burnt flour that could still be there. Now you have to make sure that it's actually dried up, but my cloth was just a little damp, so this is perfect. If it would be too wet, you can turn on the burner and just have it warmed up for a little bit to dry up. And to season it, I like to use peanut oil. You can also use coconut oil or other oils, but I heard that peanut and coconut oil are the best ones. So just put a little bit and just kind of brush it. This might be too much. And just brush it all over of the inside. This is ready to be stored away. I hope you enjoyed my quick tips, and I hope it gave you confidence to now start to use cast iron. As you see, it's super easy to maintain and it makes perfect, beautiful breads. So I would love to see your bread, post photos, and I hope you have a great rest of the day. Bye guys!